Alright, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakurash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. Walk, walking, learning, and teaching in truth and sincerity. Alright, this is going to be another video. Y'all can see I'm back in my my special little tab that I've created called Examples of Esau's Cruelty, dealing with the many different cruelties that he's done upon our people, you know, whether it be his police, society, or history in general. All right, now I'm just gonna show a couple of clips. There's this video that the elder Yasharamba had put up right here called "Look It Up," you know, dealing with that alcoholic drink from Jameson, which brothers may have seen already. You know, the horrific death that he contributed to bringing upon that little girl. Which, hey, we understand that our people right now, we're being judged by the Heavenly Father, but this man, he is going to be punished, all right, because he was the tool that was used to do so. So he's going to be discarded because our punishment is about to end and his is going to begin. So let's get a couple scriptures to load it. I'm going to get these, I'm going to play some of these clips, y'all. You know, we're almost at the time where talking is done. All right, it's just about to be ass whooping time. This man has done us so wrong. You know, y'all gonna see in these clips. That's why we're not gonna show him any mercy. Lamentations 4:22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thine sins. All right, and this is end time prophecy. All right, because since the time that this was, you know, we had went into different captivities, but this applies to now. Why? Because Edom is the man ruling over, and he is the one who the Heavenly Father is about to bust this guy. All right, how they say, get caught red-handed. This man has been mishandling us and abusing us, and everybody knows it. So there will be a vengeance required of that. All right, Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity and the time that their iniquity had an end. So this man knows that he's been doing us wrong. That's why he will pay. All right, this dude is going to pay for these wrongdoings. So let's look at some of his wrongdoings. Let's see what's hot in the press. I was just watching this one. All right, and this actually reminded me of a memory that I commonly forget that I have. But I remember being around, you know, without giving too much away, I'll just say that I remember I couldn't have been any older than 5. I was either 3 or 4 years old. I want to say 4 on the nose. And me and my siblings, or me and my cousins, I think the police were looking for my aunt. And they were attempting to break into the house. And I don't know how we did it, but 3 children, me and them 2, we prevented the police from busting down our door. All right, and I think they were coming in on some, I don't think it was some legal shit they were coming in on, because eventually after putting up a good fight, they left and they stopped, all right, which they normally don't do. So I think they was coming in to murder, all right, I ain't even gonna lie. But that's a whole nother story, you know. So let's let this play. You see the title. It says, Reform. Officers who detained 6-year-old at gunpoint sued under new law. So let's see what happens.
In custody, often at gunpoint, forcing, and 4 clearly unarmed children, the youngest just 6 years old, and holding them in custody, often at gunpoint, forcing them to lie cuffed face down, as you see here on the ground, scared and humiliated. This was in a salon parking lot for upwards of 2 hours.
There's kids. There's kids. They had guns on kids.
Now, can you imagine being in elementary school, face down, eating concrete, with a tool of death being aimed at you? All right. This is just a regular day in the Israelite life. You can't tell me that something isn't going on here. That, oh, it just happens to be, well, if the blacks stopped committing the crimes, you wouldn't be doing the time. They obviously have it in for us. All right. Deuteronomy 28:66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of thy life. And we don't have any assurance of our life here. We can get whacked at any point in time. And this just goes to further prove it. You know, and like I said, hey, we're cursed, so our people, you know, they're also being chastised. But this man is going to pay for what he's done to us. All right? This shit is atrocities, left and right. Dog barking. You know, that clip speaks for itself. So we're going to go to another clip. All right. I'm going to go with this one. I'll probably finish with that one, y'all, because that one's going to piss everybody off. So I'll come to this one right here. Now, I remember the Elder Malcolm teaching about this, and of course, this is a...
So I don't fit into those other
things. With some Bati boys. But the Elder Malcolm was teaching on this. You had I believe it was him, you had a rich Jake family. They had owned basically a black beach resort down there in Cali, and Esau Edom didn't like that back in the day, and so they came and did what he does and used their legal system to get them out the way. All right, and it was reported. The guy's going to make a statement in the video. That family, had they held on to that property, they could have potentially been as rich as the Rockefellers today. All right, which I was just like, wow, you know. So this man, hey, we are being purposely kept at the bottom. All right, hey, you got some of us out here making a decent little amount of money or bread, but he controls who gets to the next level or not. And when I say E, or when I say he, y'all know what I'm talking about. All right. This dude is going to pay for this. This is just another example of his cruelty towards his nation. This is a video, just another gathering of evidence that will be submitted to the trial, which is Esau Edom at the return of our Lord. And this nigga's going to be found guilty of what he did to us.
100 years ago, black people were driven out of Manhattan Beach, a beach town just south of Los Angeles. A black couple, Willa and Charles Bruce, owned a stretch of land on the beach where they were running a successful beach resort for black people who called it Bruce's Beach. In 1924, the city of Manhattan Beach seized the property through eminent domain, saying it was urgently needed for a public park, and then the property stood vacant and untouched for
So he used his wicked legal system to take the land, said, oh, we need it, didn't do anything with it, then demolished it. This is the story. This is what happens to our people. I could just read all of Deuteronomy 28, but I'll bounce around. I'll mix it up. He will not. We can't get established here, y'all, which is why we need to be looking to the Lord. You're not going to build up some super business and work your way out of here. The devil isn't going to allow it. He's going to keep doing tricks like this, pulling tricks out of his bag.
Years. This year, the California legislature said, quote, as a result of these intentional racially discriminatory acts, the Bruces lost their land and their business. The Bruce family moved out of the city of Manhattan Beach, and the city immediately demolished the Bruce's Beach Resort.
And you know, that family was
Anthony Bruce.
They probably never got back to that status that they once had. There was a, I don't know if I'll be able to play it, so, but there's a claim, you know, that beachfront that he held, that family owned, they would have been in today's time as popular as the Marriott or the Hilton, which are popular hotel chains, you know. So that this could have been a regularly, hey man, this dude got a lot of blood on his hand, man. He did us a lot of wrong, and he knows that he did us wrong. All right, which is why he will be paid back. Hey, we're not gonna show this motherfucker no mercy. That's James, and he knows that, and it's deserving. You got our young, you got man, there's so many scriptures, you know. There's so the Isaiah 47 and what is that, 6, you know, they regarded not the let me just get that real quick. Salakia, y'all, I'll go and get that, James 47 and 6. Yep, it says, I was wroth with my people, I have polluted mine inheritance, and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid the yoke. All right, not only upon the ancient, but on all of us, the old, the young, the women, and the children. All right. He's absolutely made our life in this earth a living hell, which is why he will be shown no mercy. All right. The brother Shakam knows how to say it in the Hebrew. I know it's la'ah something. It's out of Hosea. I know la'ah aimya is not my people, but I forget the other word for no mercy. Well, that's where we're gonna get to eat. All right, hey man, you have to pay. You're not gonna make it into the next world without paying. James 2:13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that hath showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. All right, damn right. So we're gonna rejoice, and the earth is gonna rejoice to see this man fall, to see this man be paid back for his wrongdoings toward our nation. Let's get some more.
Is the great-great-grandson of Willa and Charles Bruce.
When you're robbed of your dignity, when you're robbed of your integrity, when you're robbed of your decent basic rights as a human being and mistreated like that, I mean, it sticks with you for a long time. The person that was hurt the most from this was my grandfather, Bernard Bruce, because he was actually there. He knew Charles and Willa as his grandparents. And
that's one of the descendants today. You know, apparently what they're about to do actually is give them some of that land back, some of the descendants. But that's not going, hey, there's too much blood on the sand, which is what I'm going to title this video. You've done too much wrong to fix this. The ass whooping is coming, all right? You're being reproached, and you're trying to talk your way out of it by giving some niggas some blood, some dusty sand. What the fuck is that sand? You've tortured us, really, since the time of Jacob. No, since the time of the serpent, all right? You've been on our back for thousands of years, being a thorn on our side. So what is a beach? What type of payment is that? We want your souls, all right? Let's get that out of Sirach real quick. This man think he gon' you're not gonna be able to wag the dog on the elect and distract us. All right, we coming for you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Sirach 41:7. The children will complain of an ungodly father because they shall be reproached for his sake. All right, and that's what we're seeing. This man's being reproached, and he knows that, and he's trying to do what he can to cover up his tracks, but it's too late. Don't nobody care about this. Y'all can get this nigga.
For him, I think it was extreme. He felt the prejudice.
Now let me fast forward actually, so y'all can hear the guy's statement. You know, I'm going quicker with these two clips because I'm gonna let the full 2 minutes and 35 seconds of the last clip play, so y'all can see, you know, what that. This dude, man, like I'm not even. I was more angry thinking about doing this video than actually doing it, you know, because you can't edify when you're just screaming and shit. But the things that he's done to us, y'all, it's just absolutely inhumane, and he will be paid back for that because we are the chosen and he ain't. So somebody gonna have to answer.
Hugely valuable that land became. They bought it for about $1,200–$1,500 at the time, but it became worth millions upon millions of dollars. In fact, Anthony Bruce, I just want to read for the audience this passage from the LA Times, that an op-ed piece that Anthony Bruce wrote. He said, "The bill will allow my family to do what countless other American families have done since our country's founding, inherit property and build family wealth over generations. I'll never know whether my..."
And we weren't allowed to do that. He purposely barred us. We were purposely barred from being able to build up generational wealth here, which is, you know, it's all according to prophecy, like I said. But that is the reason why you see us in this low, lamentable condition. All right, this isn't by happenstance. All right, this isn't just by random bad misfortune. This man purposely set up a system to keep us in perpetual stupor. Right, and he knows that, and we know that now. So he will be. As a matter of fact, let me see. Yep, if we actually go back to Lamentations, he keeps us in a state to where all we can do is entertain him. All right, we're just entertainers. You know, Lamentations 3:63 says, "Behold, they're sitting down and they're rising up. I am their music." All right, what is that talking about? Our oppressors. We are just their forms of entertainment. That's the only level you can really get to in Babylon. He doesn't want you doing too much more of that. And our people who, you know, at some point we were on the world, we were simple. You had certain of us that wanted to take on certain careers. All right, but the majority of the shit is just entertainment for the devil. You know, you wanted to be a baller, you know, you want to be a basketballer, footballer, You know, that's entertainment for the devil. You know, singers, some of our people literally want to be singers. God damn it. You know, we got to let that spirit go. So let me flip back to it.
My family's business would have grown to rival that of Hilton or Marriott, both of which were founded around the same time as Bruce's Beach and grew from equally humble beginnings. And Senator Bradford, when you know how the value of that land skyrocketed over time, there was an enormous fortune coming to the Bruce family if that land remained in the family.
Without a doubt. And it just showed how hard the city of Manhattan Beach worked to make sure that this family was denied what clearly, as stated, would have been generational wealth. And as we moved through this process, we were constantly confronted by people who said, who knows if the family would not have lost this land? And who's to say that, they would have sold it or anything like that? And it says, well, what would generational wealth look like? And as you just stated, it would look like the Hiltons, it would look like the Gettys, the Rockefellers, the Vanderbilts, but they were...
And those are the big major E families, all right, which is why he wasn't going to allow that, all right? It's lucky, I'm at work, so there's background noise. But he wasn't going to let us get to the level of the Rockefellers or the Gettys, all right, or the Vanderbilts, like he said. Them ain't no low, them the major devils we dealing with, all right? They didn't want to let us get to that level. So they instead broke us down and beat us down. They said, if you want to get some money, you better sing and dance, all right? You better do something strange for that change. All right, we gonna break this motherfucker, dog. This man will suffer for what he did to us. I'll get this real quick. This is what he did, all right? Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh the wise men mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. All right, so he put gifts in our people's face to crush their spirit and their courage to stand up and to speak out against him. All right. So the majority of our people, what do? They coon it out and they bow down. All right. Even that light-skinned nigga who it looks like they're going to give some of that land back to, I wouldn't have been talking that calm. I wouldn't have been able to do no press conference. I would have had tied up Timbos on, busting through doors. I'm just bullshit. I'm just talking. But I wouldn't have been in the spirit of wanting to get in and do interviews. I'd have been in the spirit of wanting to get revenge for what happened to my ancestors, which is the proper spirit that the hopeful elect, the men of the Lord, are going to have in today's time. All right, so let's play this last clip.
Now, have you heard of the horrific account of the Jameson whiskey error?
Let's play this last clip, y'all. Let me do something right quick.
No? Well, I'm about to tell you. And I'm also about to tell you that the story going forward could be graphic, so if you're sensitive, please scroll on by. Jameson is a whiskey that's liked by many, but what you're about to hear will likely put a different taste in your mouth the next time you drink it. And the story goes something like this. Back in 1888, James S. Jameson, who was the heir to the Irish whiskey fortune, thought himself somewhat of an explorer. And during the Emin Pasha relief expedition, he decided to buy himself a 10-year-old girl just to watch her be eaten by cannibals. Why? Because he wanted to draw sketches of her while she was being consumed. You see, at that time...
Listen to what she just said. This Edomite, who was the inheritor of that alcohol, he wanted to watch a young black woman get ate by cannibals. So he went and just did that. So we're going to fast forward, actually. Y'all can come watch the Elder Brothers video. We're going to fast forward to the account of as she describes it. Let me see. All right, so we'll start from here.
After that, Teep consulted with the village chiefs who told him he better purchase a slave, and when Jameson asked how much it would cost, he gave them 6 handkerchiefs, and a few minutes later, Teep walked out with a 10-year-old girl. A translator named Ferran recalls the chiefs telling the villagers, "This is a present from a white man who desires to see her eaten." Ferran said the girl was tied to a tree while they sharpened their knives, and then once stabbed her in the belly twice. In his diary, Jameson wrote, 3 men ran forward and began to cut up the body of the girl. Finally, her head was cut off and not a particle remained, each man taking a piece to the river to wash it. Both Jameson and...
Right there. So that was the end of her. Her life came to a gruesome, wicked, abominable end just because the devil's whim, just because he felt like it. That's the type of power that we're going to have over him. That type of power that he has over us, we're going to get that power over him, y'all, which is why we got to keep pushing and stay diligent in this word. Motherfucker, man, we go Revelation 2, there's this one. Let me see. Let me get it out of Psalm. Yeah, perfect. Yep. Psalms 2 and 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. We gonna get you back, E. We're gonna get you back, not only for that little girl's blood, but for all the blood that you have shed of the children of Israel, because that is the only way things will be equal, fair, and square in existence. You have to be paid back for all of your wrongdoing. Could you imagine? And it said she didn't let out a noise. Could you imagine watching motherfuckers rip you to shank you up and start ripping you to pieces and eating you? What type of money? He just wanted to draw. He wanted to he wanted to get a sketching of it. I just wanted to watch.
Now, have you heard of
I just wanted to get a sketch. This is the type of devil that we're dealing with, y'all. So when the Lord got something for this motherfucker, man. Let me see.
to see her eaten? Ferran said the girl was tied to a tree while they sharpened their knives, and then once stabbed her in the belly twice. In his diary, Jameson wrote, 3 men ran forward and began to cut up the body of the girl. Finally, her head was cut off and not a particle remained, each man taking a piece to the river to wash it. Both Jameson and Ferran recalled how the poor girl never screamed through every horrible moment. Jameson, in the meantime, made these sketches of the horrific scene and then took them to his...
Right there. So he went and drew his sketches. It said she didn't even make a noise. She was probably so horrified. She just, she just accepted it. Could you imagine? 10 years old, you playing with toys, you playing with your friends, y'all on trampolines. She was getting fucking cannibalized because the devil wanted so. We gonna smash E, dog. E, you gonna wish you didn't. You gonna wish you didn't touch us.
And to add watercolor. And of course, Jameson told his wife it was a huge misunderstanding, that he gave the handkerchiefs as a joke, that he had no idea they were going to eat the girl. The news of this incident did outrage the public in both Europe and...
So, hey, this dude has a lot coming, and it's well deserved. We're going to break him and these heathens to pieces because they all took part in this. There's so many things that happened that we probably don't know about, y'all. Once we do know about that, that's why it says, wait upon the Lord. His fury, that his indignation is going to be so powerful, y'all. We're going to be on a whole different mode. We're in the society now, so we can laugh and crack jokes. Ain't going to be no joking and laughing in that day and time. We're going to have the indignation of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai inside of us, and we're going to turn up on these assholes. All right, Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And that's right. All right, everybody in this bitch is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to get back all of our enemies, especially and mainly Esau Edom, because of everything that he's done to us. All right, this dude will pay. All right, so hey, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rachakorash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. Walk with him, learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. I'm going to say shalom.